Good morning. This is High IQ Investing. I'm Nicolo.
We have names now. I'm in between names, so I'm offended by you saying your name, but
Yeah,
we'll get over that.
That's going to happen 2 out of 3 times. What we got for you today is a hodgepodge, a medley, a lovely spring mix of greens, no reds.
Mostly romaine lettuce.
Mostly
fact,
romaine.
the finest.
You're going to get your vitamin A. You're going to get your vitamin C.
Water soluble.
And there's
So
going
drink
to
up.
A is fat soluble.
Oh. What
So,
does it come out? In the poop?
Yeah, that's... Anyway, so today we're going to start with America's favorite segment, Market Watch. And there's a lot to talk about here, so we're going to get right into it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, oh boy is right. The first thing that happened is our boy Elon Musk.
Always great way to start off.
Always,
segment.
you know when you hear the name Elon Musk, you're about to get some straight gravy off the train.
Yeah.
Today is no exception.
Not in the least.
yeah.
So what did he do?
What did he not do is the question. Elon Musk was intending to launch the Falcon 9 bantamweight champion of the world rocket.
So he was not laying low this week.
He was not laying
Same.
low. Well, he did not intend to, but I'm going to tell you what happened here is that and I put this in quotes, the weather was not good for the launch, both weather and launch in air quotes.
Okay, yeah. I can't believe that on this God's green earth we're living on.
Yeah, here's the thing. This is nothing more than Elon is taking handouts from NASA to try to convince us, the good people, that the Earth is in fact not flat. Are we
Yeah.
buying it?
Oh, we're selling it.
We are selling. That is, look,
In fact, we're not even holding it. We're selling it.
yeah, if God wanted the Earth to be round, he would have made it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Ever read the Bible?
I've skimmed.
Yeah. If the earth was round, Bible would have said it in the Bible.
That's right. And not once is that mentioned. In fact, not even twice is it mentioned.
Yeah. So weather?
Yeah, I don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah. Nice try, Elon, though. That was really cute. Nice try. But we're not stupid. We
And
went to
wind?
college.
Wind?
Wind?
That was his
Okay.
reason? It wasn't even weather. It was wind.
It was
right?
wind. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep a straight face, but you're going to tell me that wind. Okay, this is the bantamweight champion of the world, this rocket. It's got to be hundreds of millions of thousands of pounds. And you're telling me wind? I can walk through wind. I go through the high-rise wind tunnel every single day.
I'm no philosopher, not even an astronaut, really. But it's windy in space. You see clouds moving. Those things are big. Those things are getting moved by wind. If the heavyweight bantamweight weight can't even make it through wind, then what can?
Yeah, that's like telling me that. Look, I don't know. It's just a little ridiculous to me. I mean, NASA really beat a dead horse with the whole Challenger incident, and that didn't convince us the Earth was round. We weren't falling for it, and now Elon is trying to. It's almost insulting how stupid they think we are. But after all, we are high IQ.
Yeah.
That's
They
not
underestimated the IQ.
You're not gonna pull the silk sheets over our wool. You know, we know what we know, and what we know is that the Earth is flat and that Elon is a fraud. All right. So next up on Market Watch, we had some nonsense about the housing market. I think Connor can cover this better. He's our housing market resident expert.
Oh, of course. I watched The Big Short. So housing purchases slowed down. Am I
In
not
January,
mistaken?
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
existing home purchases.
So, in The Big Short, our protagonist went through a lot of Excel spreadsheets and read a lot of numbers and forecasted the housing crisis way
Yeah.
ahead of time, too ahead of time, actually. He lost 19% before he went up 400. If he went even more ahead of time, if he lost 40%, he would have made 800, and so on and so forth. You can extrapolate the numbers using statistics and your intuition, but what I'm trying to say is you want to try to short the housing market as early as possible so you can get the biggest rebound effect.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, right now is as early as possible. If you wait till yesterday, the best time was
Tomorrow.
yesterday.
Yeah. Look, the best time to plant a tree is tomorrow, but the second best time is the day after tomorrow, which is coincidentally a subpar movie, but a great time to plant a tree.
And the third best time is yesterday.
Third best time is yesterday, which is tricky. But NASA's going to tell you to get to yesterday, you just have to go left around the Earth because it's round, and then you're in yesterday. But that makes absolutely no kinds of sense. So
Checkmate rocket ship, guys.
there you go. It's sad. You go to school at probably they went to Pyongyang University for aerospace and spend years getting their masters and PhDs in this stuff, and then they're told they have to lie to the good people of the world. I mean,
Maybe they're lied to.
Jesus, I'm telling you, everyone on the human trafficking ring up on Mars looking down at flat Earth is laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even believe that they believed in the moon landing green screen.
Oh my God, the moon landing. Moon landing in quotes, obviously. Okay.
Air quotes, to be exact.
Because there's no
Quotes to be inexact.
So next up, we have a little bit of a segment that is a bit off the cuff. What we're going to do here is talk about some of our community outreach efforts on the part of High IQ Investing. And I got into a little bit of a snafu the other day.
What does that stand for, Nicolo?
Snafu stands for snakes, not another fantastic upset. And boy, was it a fantastic upset. Let me tell you what happened here. So here at High IQ, a lot of you know what we're doing is God's work, aka community service. We're not doing this for ourselves. We're making so much money, and we thought, what better way to help the people of Philadelphia than to give the Philadelphia the tools to fish for a day so that they can fish for a lifetime.
Don't get it twisted, though. This radio show is our livelihood. It's our job. It's what supports us, but we are a nonprofit.
Yeah, so this event, this snafu, took place on my day off, which is every day besides Wednesday. But this day off specifically was Friday at a little ditty called a career fair.
Oh,
and
boy.
I'm going to put fair in
call this
quotes.
A snafu.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, what'd you call it?
A snafu, but with a success on the S.
Okay, that's fair. Anyway, career fair, I'm going to say more like career unfair because this is America last time I checked, but the people in charge were really trying to squash our opportunity and the opportunity we were trying to provide to the good people of Philadelphia and the students of this, I'm not sure which university it is, but it was a university career fair. Nonetheless, I digress. Moving into the actual event. So there's me on a beautiful Friday afternoon, and I'm at this career unfair, and there's an empty table. You know what I'm saying? That is, Adam Smith would be rolling in his grave. You know? That is capacity not being capacitized.
That table is asking for it. That table had it coming.
Yeah. So naturally, I, being a follower of the good Lord Shiva, get behind the table and start doing God's work. I break out the little placard. I write High IQ Investing on a piece of paper. I put it out. I'm standing back there. I got my buddy back there too. He's peddling his community service. It's if you ever heard of MCBPZ, also a show on WQHS. WPBS.
WQ Public Broadcasting Radio. This is a public broadcast.
He's on Sundays at noon, so you can have your lunch and listen to all the hottest talk on what the government doesn't want you to know. Him and I were behind the table, and honestly, I was like on an episode of What Not to Wear. I was just wearing jeans and a sweatshirt. He was looking like America's Next Top Model.
Next to the nines.
He was wearing the sleeveless shirt. He had the tie tied around the neck like a shoelace tied, and he had the French beret on top of his hat, and he had those Russian track pants. I mean, you see this guy and you think, this is not America's biggest corporation. This is not your daddy's startup. This is the startup that is disrupting the startup space. I mean, we're talking big data. We're talking machine learning. We're talking the Bitcoin. This is next level stuff. You don't walk by this table without dropping off your resume.
This man lives on the blockchain.
I mean, this man put blockchain on the map. Yeah. So here's what happens. We're behind this table and we're doing God's work and people are coming up and we're hitting them with a pitch, right? We are like Cy Young up there throwing fastballs, telling them, hey, have you heard of the Uber? Have you heard of the Facebook? We're all of those combined. And they come closer to the table. They see high IQ investing. They're thinking they can make money. We tell them, well, we can't pay you, but we can give you equity. And they say, what's equity? And we tell them it's what's going to make them the next Michael Vick. And by that, I don't mean a dog abuser. I mean rich. When I think wealthy
Interesting
people.
choice there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say Bill Gates because I don't want them to think that they're going to be socially awkward, unathletic. I want them to think Michael Vick. I want to think a stand-up guy who made a mistake.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're giving them this pitch, and I'm telling you, we didn't want the resumes, but they could keep them off our table. I'm talking people with 4.0 GPAs, people who won the Girl Scouts of America award. I mean, this
A few
is
6-footers in there.
there were we were marking down heights too, and I swear we broke 6 feet at least twice. We were oh my god, we were primed.
Telling me these guys are athletes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, when you are at the trading desk, what do you want? An athlete or some nerd? You want athletic potential because when you go to the moon, you gotta jump high. Gravity is like 10 times as strong there. Your bones will get crushed if you're not an athlete. Okay, so let's walk through the aftermath here. So we're doing God's work at this table. People are loving it. People, like all the other startup tables, weren't even getting kids because we had this line going out the door. And then come 3 o'clock, after a good hour and 20 minutes of being good missionaries, these two very unhappy women approached the table. And we tried to offer them jobs, but it turned out they already had jobs. They were from career services at the university. And it turned out they liked their jobs.
Women.
God knows why, because we were offering them opportunity. And what they have now, really cushy bureaucratic job. But where do you go from there?
There's a reason they're unhappy.
There's a reason they're unhappy, and it wasn't us. Some speculated it was
they're
us.
We'll move past that.
Yeah. So anyway, this is where the snafu really begun. It wasn't a snafu before this. It was just a snaff. But the U made it an upset. And what happened here is they asked us what company we were, and we told them, hey, we're high IQ investing. And they said, what do you do? And we said, what don't we do? And they said, we're asking the questions here. Next thing I knew, we're being walked off in handcuffs. And let me tell you something. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. I don't know if you all...
land of the free. You're allowed to ask questions, right?
That's what I'm saying. First Amendment. But apparently the Second Amendment outweighed the First Amendment today. And they slapped those handcuffs on us. And they walked us into the squad car. And I don't even know why Career Services has a squad car. But they do. And they drove us to the station.
For rowdy people like you.
Yeah, for roudsters, for sure. Drove us to the station. Threw us behind the interrogation table. We didn't eat for days. And... I actually didn't have lunch before the career unfair. So that was double hard for me. Not that it wasn't hard for my friend. They didn't give it. Okay. Well, yeah, but they didn't give it wasn't substantial. Yeah. And we're talking, you can't go on days for snacks. I mean, we were there from like 1 p.m. to 1:15 p.m. I didn't think I was going to make it it was an act of God. He gave my stomach the strength to carry on.
You could consider suing these guys. But
I could consider it, but here's the thing. Why would I spend the money on legal fees and get maybe 10 times return on the lawsuit when I could put the money into one of our investment schemes and make 100,000 million times the money?
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? Suing is just not an option for me, but I felt very disrespected in the way they handled it. Especially, I thought the pat down was unnecessary. I thought the pat down was very unnecessary.
They thought you were packing heat.
Yeah, I was getting patted in areas I didn't even know there were. Like, compared to the TSA, I mean, they made the TSA look like, I would have said a Catholic priest, but that's actually a counterpoint. Geez, who are people that don't touch people? Football coach? No. Oh, geez. Business exec? No. President? No. Jesus. Does anyone not touch someone anymore? I mean, oh God, like, I don't know. The pat down was bad. It was very invasive. I was very unhappy. We don't have lawyers because we don't do things wrong. We just do God's work, and God will be our lawyer. You know what I mean? No one can judge us, not even the federal judges.
In fact, if someone sues you, you can just take the losses and then put those losses back into the market.
That's what I'm saying. If someone is suing me, I'm just going to short myself and make money off the lawsuit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's that easy. So anyway, the next day we had our hearing, And in front of these three no-nonsense, two no-nonsense and one rather silly person in the booking room.
They had the brains and they had the muscle.
Yeah,
Easy
so
me.
to clarify, there were two people who looked pretty important and one person who didn't talk, but he was pretty jacked. And we got the whole good cop, bad. We've seen The Dark Knight. We get the whole good cop, bad cop thing. And let me tell you what happened there.
Outsmarting Nicolo.
There's no, little do they know. And they should have known because they knew we were high IQ investing. They thought they
told
could
them.
outsmart us.
Yeah.
We told them we were high IQ investing and they thought they could outsmart. That is like when Obi-Wan had the high ground and Anakin conceded this point, nodded, agreed, and then tried to jump over him.
Hey, some people never learn.
Some people don't learn. And I'm telling you, either these people didn't watch episode 3 or they did
And forgot it. All the lessons.
Let me tell you. Okay, let me finish the story for you. Let me wrap this up, and then we'll get to the moral of the story. So, the thing that happened here is they asked us a bunch of nonsense questions. They asked how old I was. That was an interesting one because I don't think you're allowed to ask that. And I replied that I was 22, and suddenly the whole mood of the room changed. When I said I was 22, jaws dropped, and I got as a response, so you should know better.
And they didn't even ask your height first.
They didn't even want to know how tall I was.
That would have turned some heads.
Apparently, I didn't look like I should have known better, but that big double 2, I should have known better.
Hey, you're white and 22. You should have known better.
I should have known better. So that's nonsense went on like that, and then we let them off easy. We were gonna ask them for an apology letter, but we didn't want to waste their time. We knew they didn't mean it. We knew that they can't control their, it's circumstance and genetics, and they just drew a bad lot, and we weren't gonna go hard on them for the mistakes they made. You know. So the moral of the story, well, there's 3 morals. First moral is that career fairs are anything but. The second moral is that opportunity in this country is seen as some kind of pariah. And the third is that it is so hard being white in America.
Great points. That's a great point about career fairs. It's such a fun name. Like, you want to go down to the fair,
It's a
maybe
fun
even
name.
get a career out of the fair.
Sure. Yeah, I buy it.
Perhaps.
I'm going to make
you
another
will,
argument.
but-
How are you going to call it a career? How are you going to call it is anyone going to that fair for a career?
Oh, actually, no.
No, these guys are high IQ investors. They're going to the career fair
The
to make
memes.
money and memes. It should be called Meme and Money Unfair.
That sounds a lot less fun, but I think it would draw a better crowd.
Yeah, a lot less stiffs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
More fun people, loving people who love fun.
Yeah, like the president or
Or,
all the touching people.
yeah, without a doubt. Okay, so that's what's been going on in the philanthropy department.
Already hit us with the triple dose of lessons so far, so
Yeah, you got
off
3
to a
lessons out of that.
Great start.
Great start to your Wednesday morning. Now, we understand this is your lunch hour, which means that it is time for America's second favorite segment,
Long short?
Long
Or-
Short. That is
Okay.
right. Long Short. So,
Short.
for our new listeners, just to give you a quick rundown, Long Short, we are going to talk about things that you should long, and we are also going to talk about things that you should short.
Simple stuff.
Really
Fairly
simple.
standard stuff.
High IQ does not mean complicated.
Yeah. I actually did think of one while you were telling your story.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to need you to sit down for this one, Nicolo.
Oh,
Uh,
way ahead of you.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to need you to stand up for this one,
Well,
Nicolo.
I'm in a wheelchair, so
Well, sit back down then.
thanks.
Yeah, so going off of last week's point, prisons, great place,
Sure.
free food.
Yeah?
Ever heard of welfare?
No.
Okay, well,
Is that a Delta Airlines program?
yeah, it could be. Yeah, you're gonna want to sit down for this one and get educated on welfare. So, prisons, you get food for free. Welfare, you get paid for buying food. But that's just a little taster. We'll go back to the beginning. How do you get on welfare? So, an easy way for an investor is take a lot of losses. Obviously, you're going to bounce off that loss and make money, but at the bottom of your losses, you go into the welfare office, wherever that may be, and you show them all your losses. You say, I have no money left. You're just bluffing at this point, but I assume you're a poker player. So they're going to be like, all right, they're going to hook you up with some welfare, which means every time you want to buy some food, whereas the prison, they'll give it to you for free. The food place gives you money and you get the food. I think that's how it works anyway.
They pay you to buy food.
Yeah. And guess what? You don't have to live in prison. A prison's a good place. You know, it's clean. They take out your trash for you. But, I mean, some people don't want to live in prison. They want to take out their own trash for whatever reason. But I'd count that as a pro.
Well, let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Oh, boy.
So, a big reason we like spending money is it's part of our capital gains avoidance strategy. Spend more money, pay less taxes. Do I have to pay more taxes if I'm being paid for my food? Yeah. Chew on that.
Good point.
Chew. Swallow. Okay.
Yeah. I think, yeah. So, okay. So, welfare, you will get paid more taxes. Well, you could just balance it out with more capital losses from your investments, probably.
There we go.
Yeah. So just lose more on the stock market, and then you can not pay any taxes, get paid for eating food, and live wherever you want because you have unlimited money coming out of the food eating, as far as I can tell.
For all our game theorists out there, this is what we call a incorrect interpretation of mixed strategy.
Mixed strategy?
Mixed strategy.
I haven't taken game theory.
Yeah, so mixed strategy is where you have a strategy and you mix it with another strategy.
Oh, so capital losses and welfare
Yeah. They go together like bread and mayonnaise. I mean, it's that easy.
The only thing I'm worried about is that if our word spreads too far and everyone's on this,
Well, yeah,
I
where
guess
does
that would just solve society.
If everyone's on welfare, then poverty is not a problem.
That's like a mixed strategy of capitalism and socialism.
It's honestly,
and autism.
It is the Dalai Lama walks into a bar. That is what it is. That Dalai Lama walks into a bar and you know what's going to happen.
You already know.
You already know. We're not even going to tell you. You know how that one ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always ends the same way.
Okay, so I think we're going to stick with our original opinion and we're going to say long welfare.
Yeah, because
long welfare.
Long welfare as a mixed strategy with other
as a mixed with capital gain. Long welfare mixed with capital gains.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to pitch another long for you guys. This is going to be the day of the longs because this one came in hot off the press. I'm going to say long Syria. Now, our actually one Syrian listener that we usually have is not listening today, but
really? Okay.
which is good because this might have been a little awkward otherwise.
Yeah.
Here's why you got along Syria. So I just read in the news that big bombing campaign on Syria. A lot of civilians were killed in the crossfire of this nonsense. And as an investor, I got to tell you, buy the dip. Buy the dip.
Simple as that.
This is when you buy. You wait for this kind of thing to happen, and then you buy.
And just as a note to our Syrian listener who may or may not be listening, he might be listening through, like the airwaves.
Oh, yeah.
But if you see this on YouTube, please notify us that you are still alive at highiqinvesting@gmail.com. We await your email.
Yeah, we don't know you. We don't know what language you speak. We don't know what your favorite sandwich is.
Como zapatos.
Como zapatos, yeah. That's right. We know you speak Spanish, but what we don't know is we don't know how you're doing. And we'd like to know. So what works well in situations like that? Thoughts and prayers. Yeah, we are sending you a bucket of thoughts and a few cartons of prayers.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. That should do it. That's enough about you. It's not always about you.
You got your prayers.
You got your prayer. Just sit down. Jeez. Some people love attention.
Yeah.
Some people just love attention. Okay.
There's attention whores out in Syria.
Yeah. That is probably one of the...
I feel like you didn't finish your thought when I cut you off, but I don't know what you're saying.
You don't know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're saying something about Syria.
Did I mention that we should long it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the fact of the matter.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that is a fact of the matter. We should if you have all longs and the market does badly, you'll be caught with your pants down.
The market doesn't do badly, though.
Well, the market doesn't do badly. But part of being a good game theorist, which is part of being high IQ, is having contingency for things that can't happen.
Okay, you freaked me out there for a second, but yeah, we can have contingency for sure. I had another long, but what, do you have any shorts?
Do I have any
just
shorts?
turn it into a short for
I'm
the
wearing
culture.
shorts.
We're definitely, we could short pants.
We can short pants. We
So-
can absolutely short pants.
Yeah, so what we want you to do, everyone, after you watch this show, go home, find all your pants, cut them off at the knees, and you got shorts.
And
That's how you short
that's how
pants.
you short pants. This one you don't have to pay taxes on. You could if you are, okay. Here's a short for you. Short the Philadelphia Parking Authority.
The parking authority. Oh,
The
I mean,
parking
there's a lot of
authority.
animosity towards them for sure.
Animosity and bad juju.
Bad karma.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. You go to a nice city like Camden, you park anywhere you want. No one bats an eye. You go to Philadelphia, find a nice parking space for your nice car. Hell, you could be delivering geez. So let's say you're taking your uncle to the hospital. He was stabbed 25 times with
You
a
park.
dull spoon. Huh?
And you park in the
And
hospital parking lot.
You park in the hospital parking lot. You do valet parking, right? You're in their private lot and a valet parked
Yeah.
you there. The PPA will sneak into that lot, walk up to your car, and slap you with that fine.
Absolute snitch.
Absolute. Can you? It just. And Connor hit me with this take a while back, which is, can you imagine you grow up and, what are you going to be? Oh, I'm going to be a firefighter or an astronaut. And you end up being a professional narc.
Yeah, I mean, that's just absolute no respect for those people. You go through elementary school where you're taught don't tattletale. You go through middle school, high school, college even,
Yeah.
and you end up being a narc because that's all you're ever good at.
I mean,
And some of these guys are super corrupt too. I mean, they'll come up to you, and they'll be like, "All right, I could give you a ticket, or I could give you a 10% discount. You could just slip me the money."
I've heard that.
Yeah, absolutely no respect for those guys. And I think, quite frankly, we just expose them, and that's a reason enough to short them when our word spreads eventually.
Yeah. Guess what,
That's-
Philadelphia Parking Authority? You've been punked. Got him.
I'm trying to think of what they say.
And
in
the
Arrow.
government is listening to this show because we got that Syrian listener. So goodbye,
Oh,
PPA.
if you've ever seen Arrow, Philadelphia Parking Authority, you have failed this city. And then you shoot the arrow in them.
And then you shoot the arrow in them. And
And
you
then
shoot
they
to kill them.
die.
They die. And guess what? Their buddy
hurting.
brings them to the hospital and gets valet parked.
Yeah.
And then
And then they come back.
They come
and then
back.
they bribe them with a parking ticket.
hello. We have a caller, and we're going to see what this is all about. Now, I actually don't know how to pick up the phone.
I think you just picked that boy up.
No, you definitely have to hit a button. Oh boy, there's a lot of buttons.
It's
You know-
probably back.
Which one? Do you think it's this one? Bear with us, caller. We know we have to. There's probably a switch or something, right?
It's coming out of here, right?
No. Phone line. Yeah.
There.
Hello? Hello? Oh, yes. Hello. Welcome, caller. This is Edgar. I'm speaking to Edgar? Oh. Hello, Edgar. How can I help you?
How's it going, Edgar?
He says he's got a question that's been on his mind, and then
We can take that off your mind.
we can take it off your mind. Edgar?
Edgar, come back.
I think Edgar died. Edgar is, if you're still out there, if you can hear me right now, I want you to know you're in our thoughts and prayers.
We want to take that off your mind.
We want to take that question off your mind, but you got to meet us halfway.
We don't have anything on our minds.
Nothing on our minds ever. But you got to meet us halfway. You got to tell us what that question is.
We can take it out of your mind into ours.
Edgar? Okay, well, I think that's enough out of Edgar.
I guess turn it back to...
Okay, well, that's going to happen sometimes. Every once in a while, you're going to have
Here, hold on a second.
a phone call, and then the line's going to go dead. And I really hope that wasn't our Syrian listener. That would be unfortunate because we had a chance to. Oh my God, the phones in this
Phones are
place!
ringing
I
off the
swear to
hook
God,
today.
we are like the Belkin call center. Hello, Edgar. Yes. Sean? Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, Sean.
Wow.
Oh, let us take it off your mind. Two's a company, three's a crowd. Yeah, I buy it.
Okay, well then please explain to me what Three's Company is about. I want to know the nature of that show, what exactly they're trying to pull, and how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Okay, so our listener Sean here, what he wants to know is Three's Company, the TV show. He wants to know what that's all about, what they're trying to pull, and how deep the rabbit hole goes.
There's definitely some funny business going on here.
There is, yeah. What I can tell you, Sean, thank you for the question. We're gonna take this one on the air. Okay, so Three's Company. Yeah, let me walk you through this one. And Sean, the reason
my
I had to
hand
hang up
while
on
you do
you
that.
is because what you're about to hear, you're not gonna like it, and I didn't want to be on the other side of that line while answering the question.
Quite frankly, that's a good idea. This needs to be a one-way.
It is a hard pill to swallow. Are you ready to swallow it? Oh, he's not on the line. I guess he can't answer that. I'm going to take silence as a yes. And
I'm going to take silence as a virtue, but continue.
sure. Now, what I'm going to pitch to you is okay. So the Mayans back in the early 80s invented this concept called prime numbers. Now, prime numbers were used not only for some black market voodoo, but also to calculate the velocity of trains on the Amtrak Northeast Corridor.
Yeah.
And the way this would work is take any route, right? Let's take Philadelphia to New York City. And you whip out the prime number encyclopedia, and you watch the train closely, and you look at the angle of the sun in the train. And using some advanced intuitive ideas,
You've picked the third prime number in your book.
yeah, and sometimes the second one.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Is one a prime number?
Well, not in the, no.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
usually the second one, actually.
So what you do is you pick the second prime number, and more likely than not, that ends up being 3. And what happened was the folks at History Channel who used to make the show Curse at Oak Island,
A lot of propaganda, if you ask me.
a lot of propaganda, a lot of pro-Stalin propaganda. What they would do is they knew about this, and they thought, well, what if we could bring back this ancient Maya technique, and we could apply it to the markets? This is where things get ugly.
It's a fair thought.
Now, if you've ever heard of Bernie Madoff, this all ties into that.
Very
All
smart.
ties
We had
right
a
into
quote
it.
from him last week.
We had a quote from him, and that quote was, "Why spend money when you can make it?"
Yeah.
Or
sure.
more or less. I'm paraphrasing. But the idea here is that Three's Company, I'm going to go National Treasure on you. Oh, my God. We are getting another call. Today is a hot day for calls. It is like
Edgar
the
or
number got
Sean is
leaked.
Probably mad.
Hello, Sean. How are you? A music... Is this career services? Because I already gave you everything I had. Oh, you're not career services? Oh, okay. So actually, this is high IQ investing. We might not be the people you were trying to reach, but if you want some hot investment advice, then I would tune into the live radio segment. Otherwise, I think you might want to try emailing. Oh, this is WQHS Radio, America's favorite radio show.
WQPBS, Public Broadcasting.
This is, in fact, a student-run station, yes. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, there's two things we know. One is investing, and the other is that we're doing God's work. But I actually have no idea how to go about submitting music. I would say this line taps right into the whatever radio station is on the air at the moment. So I would probably email the inquiries, and someone who knows more things than I do, and someone who's certainly more competent than myself, will get back to you. Oh, yeah, that's going to happen when a show is run by students. Yeah. Not that I am aware of, no. Well, what we do is God's work, but more specifically, we give investing advice live on the air.
Goes one and the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Have a good one. Bye.
Was that really a real person?
Yeah.
I didn't get much of that conversation.
All right, folks, I'm gonna lay this out for you right now. I'm gonna give you some full honesty. What just happened was a classic smoke and mirrors. On the website, we are listed as WQHS, but what a lot of people don't know is that at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, WQHS is High IQ Investing,
a public service announcement radio broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to do God's work, and this woman was trying to promote her music on our station. And we're all for helping out the community, but if we start playing music, those dollar signs are going down the drain.
If we start, every minute we play music is a minute less of hot takes and investment advice. So,
yeah. So that was, where were we? Three's Company, Maya.
yeah,
something.
We were our last caller.
Look, where we're going to get to, I'm going to skip all the middle part because we burned a lot of time trying to help that very lost soul out on the phone. I'm going to skip to where this was going. And the fact of the matter is that OJ didn't do anything wrong.
And the opinion of the matter is that OJ definitely didn't do anything wrong. So
Yeah. See, the thing is, take a guy like OJ Simpson, star athlete, really honest to God, good guy.
that guy stands up.
Great sense of humor. Absolutely great sense of humor. Great sense of fashion. Chooses beautiful gloves. And he just, drew a short straw. I'm not going to apologize for him because there's nothing to apologize for. OJ Simpson did nothing wrong. And that's how far the rabbit hole goes. So thank you, Sean, for the question. Really good question. And, of course, this is High IQ Investing, so I'm going to let you know how we can make money off of this.
Yeah.
Because we're not here to... Yeah.
Yeah. You traced it back to the money, Ro. That was...
I mean, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So...
Yeah. So, next up on High IQ Investing, we have America's fourth favorite segment and Unlisted in Syria. This is where we buy a share of a bad stock. And for our new listeners, I'm going to explain exactly why we're doing this. And the explanation is not going to shed as much light on it as you would like. The reason we do this is an old strategy called the win some, lose some. Connor, you want to walk him through this?
The old strategy called win some, lose some?
Win some, lose some.
Well, when you win, if you want to make any money, you want to win some, you also have to lose some. And no better way than buying a bad stock.
Exactamundo.
So you have to balance out your gains with losses is really the statistics of the matter.
Yeah. So live on the air, we've been buying for the last 3 weeks a little ditty called OZM. That stands for Och Zif Kapital Management.
Beautiful accent.
Thank you. Which is German for something. And actually, oh geez. So this used to be a bad stock. Unfortunately, it became a very good stock. But we're going to buy it regardless.
We'll keep buying it until it
We're going to keep buying it until we're out of money, to be honest. Right now, it's selling at $2.68 American, which is not worth anything anyway because American money is not a real currency. Only real currency is Bitcoin, as you all know, but we're going to buy a
Yeah.
share. We're going to buy 1 share of Osm. Estimated cost $2.68. We're going to put that order in. We're going to swipe up to trade. Receiving the order. Executed. Done. And bingo. We are now in business. Which business? The money-making business.
You know, when you just went on that tangent about Bitcoin,
Yeah.
I just realized short the whole American economy, because when the people on welfare figure out about Bitcoin, when they got free money, free useless American dollars being converted to Bitcoin, every dollar is, well, a Bitcoin is like $7,000, $11,000 or something. Well, forget about it.
Yeah,
This is
forget
gonna be.
Why would you
It's
hold...
going to be a wrap.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I don't get why you would hold U.S. dollars. Actually, here's a short for you. We're gonna short Mark Cuban.
That was out of left field.
We're gonna short
Right
Mark
field
Cuban.
and center field.
Yeah, that might seem as a surprise.
Wait, frankly, I completely agree with you, but I want to see where you're going with.
Well, first off, I'm
on
gonna
this
ask
one.
a question. Does anyone know what Mark Cuban even does? I know he's just famous for being famous. He's
I
like
know what he
Beyonce.
did. I
No
know
one
what
knows
he
what he
did.
does.
He actually, well, very relevant to WQPBS Public Broadcasting Station Radio.
Sure.
He put radio on the internet.
Oh,
and now
so
you might be thinking, well, big whoop. The internet, that's technology. We're shorting technology. But that's what we are broadcasted on. So, I mean, I don't know why you can't just have radio on the radio. I don't know why I have radio has to be on the
Well,
internet. It's
here's-
like putting radio on the blockchain.
here's the problem with radio on the radio. You put radio on the radio, that's already been done. You can't make money if something's already been done. You put
Oh,
radio on the internet. Who doesn't have the internet? Everyone has the radio, but who doesn't have the internet?
Even Syria has the internet.
Even Syria has the internet. The internet is a dime a dozen, you know? You go anywhere, they have the internet. The internet is more abundant than water in some deserts. So
Hot take.
what I'm going to tell you here is short Mark Cuban. I'm going to tell you why. Mark Cuban was recently quoting? Well, no, he wasn't quoting. He was being quoted. It is the act of someone taking a quote from you.
So he was just saying words.
He was just saying words, as always. Nonsense, but nonsense in the form of words. And what he was saying is that he owns most of his assets in cash. And I don't mean useful cash like Bitcoin. I mean American dollars. So
Bitcoin's worth 11,000 cash, people.
let me explain to you why dollars lose their value over time and why you want to be holding Bitcoin. First of all, rodents eat dollars. Rodents eat cash. They love it. It's made of flax. Flax is really good for your digestive tract. Rodents know that. They're going to eat your
Rodents are
dollars.
smart creatures, yeah.
They don't get a lot of credit. They are more, I'm going to wager they're higher IQ than Mark Cuban.
That's not, Vegas would put the odds at 2-1 easy, so.
2-1, I would take that. Second reason you don't want to hold all your money in cash and that it loses its value is that what color is cash, Connor?
Green,
Green. Exactly. What else is green?
throw up,
No.
not Bitcoin.
Think harder. Yes, not Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Why would you hold something that's a different color than Bitcoin?
Yeah. Why don't you go down to the Bitcoin store and exchange some of that green for some of that Bitcoin?
Buy some blockchains.
Yeah.
And the third reason, needless to say, you all know it. You all know it. So we're going to skip it. Anyway, short Mark
Thanks for
Cuban.
that triple dose.
Do yourself a favor. Short Mark
Did he really
Cuban.
say that?
Yeah, no, I swear on my life.
He said
He said he
all
owns
of
most of his money in U.S. dollars, in cash.
this man believes in the government.
This man,
If
oh,
this guy
God.
listened to MCBPZ,
Yeah.
what time on Saturday?
12, and on Sunday specifically.
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
So if he listened to MCBPZ on Sunday from 12 to 1, oh boy, that money would not be in U.S. dollars.
It would not be in U.S. dollars. It would be in
That's a government-backed currency.
government-backed currency. And if you didn't know this about the government, if you didn't know it, there's no point in me explaining it because you just won't get it.
Yeah. We want our currency in the currency of the people, the currency of the blockchain. The blockchain is owned by the people.
And the people want Bitcoin.
They do indeed.
Here's the other thing about U.S. dollars. They're old. They're old. What do you want with old things? You want them to die.
Have you ever
Right?
seen a ripped Bitcoin?
No,
No one would, even
haven't.
if you could rip them,
No one would do
disrespect
it.
them
Too much
like
respect
that.
for the currency.
Have you ever? Can you even write on a Bitcoin? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. And you know what? Can you counterfeit a Bitcoin? No, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of the blockchain. You can't counterfeit Bitcoin.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Can you go into a bank and steal Bitcoin? No.
No.
Can you
'cause
buy drugs with Bitcoin? No, probably actually.
Perhaps.
Yeah, but it's not okay. Have you ever seen a movie where someone buys drugs with Bitcoin? No.
No.
Bitcoin is not just the currency of the people; it's the currency of God.
It's God's currency.
If God
is a
didn't
man
want
of
us
the
spending
people.
Bitcoin, that's true. If He didn't want us, or she, or they didn't want us spending Bitcoin, then he or she or they would not have put it on God's green earth.
God's
Facts.
green flat earth, may I add.
Yeah, let me read you an entry from the Encyclopedia of Get Learned. Bitcoin is the past, present, and future. U.S. dollars is none of the above.
Bitcoin goes back to the old. The people have always had their currency.
Yeah.
It has just now been put on the blockchain.
The people have not always had U.S. dollars.
Cold take, but yes.
It's a cold take. Yeah, sure. It's a cold take, but it's that simple, and I think it needs to be said. I think it needs to be said. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it needs to be said.
Okay. So here's what we're. Oh, boy. Almost forgot. Message from our sponsors. This broadcast is brought to you partially by Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John. Now and today only, if you tweet at Papa John with hashtag Where's My Bitcoin High IQ Investing, you will receive 10% off on any pizza during business hours or after business hours at all participating restaurants.
At Papa John himself.
At Papa John. Yeah, do not tweet at the restaurant chain. Tweet at Papa John himself.
Yeah.
If
Even
you,
it's
if
just
you don't
some
believe
dude
us,
on
it's
Twitter named Papa John.
Papa John 316. Yeah. We don't care. You tweet, you'll get your pizza. It's that easy.
316.
All right, folks. Now we're gonna do a brand new segment, and I'm telling you, this segment might be our hottest one yet. This is surely gonna make a comeback, and just in time for the, well, no, presidency already passed. Just in time for the upcoming holiday, we are going to introduce the segment.
WWE stocks, markets, matchups.
WWE stock market matchups. Rah!
Oh, that was beautiful. Do you
So-
want to introduce the rules, or?
Sure. The rules are simple. Connor and I are going head to head. We don't know what the other has behind the curtain. We are going to throw pairs of stocks at each other, and the other's responsibility will be to pick one over the other, providing a concise explanation of why and how to make money. So I'm gonna start by throwing some
These
heat
are
at
the
Connor.
rules.
Yeah.
We don't make these.
Yeah,
These are just the rules.
we don't make the rules. These are God-given. Thank you, Shiva. So, Connor, I am going to throw you, and this is a little out of left field, but Connor is a real expert at this. He has a really good understanding. I'm going to throw you Procter & Gamble and Disney.
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 Didn't he? Could you just elaborate on what kind of companies these are? Because I don't know many things.
Yeah, Procter & Gamble, huge marketing boost from the movie Aaron Brockovich.
All right, I'm going to stop you there. Procter & Gamble, that's 3 words. Disney, that's, correct me if I'm wrong, 1 word.
It's one. Okay.
Okay, so riddle me this, and don't tell me an actual riddle or I'll get confused and angry. But is 3 greater than 1?
3 is strictly greater than 1.
Strictly greater than or equal to? Okay, so I'm gonna have to go with Procter & Gamble just off of that. But what is Disney?
Wait, let me remind you that Procter & Gamble put cancer in the water, but Disney put cancer in the air.
Oh, Disney.
That's what I
I
said.
thought you said Disney.
That's what I said.
Okay, Disney. Yeah, Disney put magic on the airwaves, and Procter & Gamble put cancer in the water. But that's neither here nor there. I'm pretty sure we longed cancer one of these weeks. So, yeah, I mean, I gotta go with Procter & Gamble. I'm not really familiar with this company, but just through the amount of words in its name, yeah, you won't catch me on this side of the grave with cancer. So,
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, Connor, you're dead right. That's what I had in mind too. Cancer is like, cancer is like O.J. Simpson. It always wins.
it goes together with toothpaste.
All right, what do you got for me? What do you got for me?
Well, I guess this one would be better served for me, but we'll go with Netflix and MoviePass.
Oh, geez, Connor, you are not pulling any punches. This is no holds barred. We just went from WWE to MMA, mixed martial arts. Okay, here's my opinion here. MoviePass. What does MoviePass do? MoviePass offers a service wherein you can watch as many movies a month as you want for $11.
So basically free.
Netflix offers a similar service, but Netflix, the movies are $8 a month, but MoviePass is for movies strictly in theaters, and Netflix is for movies strictly not in theaters. So it comes down to, what do the people want besides Bitcoin? And I'm going to argue that you almost have got to choose MoviePass. You almost have got to choose it, and here's why. Netflix is... How do I put this nicely? There used to be a little website called AOL, the American Online subscription service, and
Of the public.
what time tells us again and again is subscription services on the internet don't last. They run out of business. MoviePass,
Ever heard of Blockbuster?
ever heard of the Blockbuster? Probably not, because they, movies that weren't in theaters on a subscription service didn't work. I'm going to say MoviePass. Tell the banker it's a deal.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Nicolo, because I woke up today and I see the red. Every day I see the red.
Oh.
And you know how that goes.
Yeah, it means we are setting up for a reverse dip. The thing is, Netflix has been going nowhere but up, which means gravity is going to kick in any second.
Oh, stock market physics. We haven't revisited that, but
I think we have time for about one more each. Connor, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you hard here. Call me Ray Rice, but I'm going to give you Walmart versus Target.
Walmart versus Target. Well, have you ever seen the people of Walmart?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the people of Target?
No.
No. Okay, so Walmart has the most interesting characters, and you want people of culture. I mean, at least I do. When I go shopping, I want people of the culture.
Naturally.
For the culture. For example, DJ Khaled, if you're watching the All-Star game,
What's
he
up?
comes on that screen, he says, Ciroc is for the culture. So you're not going to find DJ Khaled in Target. You're going to find him in Walmart. You're going to find him specifically on people of Walmart. A lot of people with, good upbringings maybe will say, oh, Target's so much better. I don't have to deal with the freaks. But you know what?
That's so privileged.
Yeah. I want the freaks. They have culture. They're interesting people. Walmart's cheaper, more interesting place to
Rollback
shop.
prices.
Rollback.
They got rollback.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I just have better experiences in Walmart. Thinking of some other reasons for Walmart over Target. Target's kind of aggressive with the name, really.
Yeah.
Where the NRA is being cracked down on for various reasons, and Target, quite frankly, might get caught up in that.
Honestly, it's a little insensitive to name your company Target right after the Florida incident.
Right after. I mean, what do you shoot with guns? Targets. Okay, so yeah. I mean, that's
So is that
that
what-
wasn't
you're-
even really a close one.
So you're saying yeah. And you know what, Connor? I had Walmart.
Well, yeah, you're a man of the culture, obviously, at Walmart.
Okay. Good.
Oh boy, I need to think of some stocks.
I think we have time for you to hit me with one more before we.
All right, I'm gonna make it juicy, but
Okay.
scroll through the watch list.
Okay. You ever had Gogurt? I think Connor's trying to feed me the Gogurt.
Okay, here. I mean, maybe this wouldn't be. This will be well known to the listeners, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter versus Facebook.
Twitter versus Facebook. Oh man, thank God I am not a diabetic. Twitter versus Facebook. Where to
one
begin?
is-
I actually don't have a gut instinct, so I'm going to talk through them. Do you see President Trump on Facebook?
No.
You see him on Twitter. Exactly. Do you see Elon Musk on Facebook?
No.
No. You see him on Twitter. Do you see Ted Cruz on Facebook?
Probably.
Probably, and I've never seen him on Twitter. Now let's do a deep dive. Let's do a deep dive here.
Oh, my
Twitter,
favorite.
really easy. Twitter is really easy. You tweet, you read. That easy. Facebook, oh God, Facebook has a lot of bugs that they like to call features. For example, group chat, friends.
Friends is a bug.
As a man of the book, I'm more not Facebook, the good book, the Quran. As a man of the book, I'm inclined to say I'm more about following than about friending, you know?
Oh,
and I got to say, most
it's not
people...
a two-way relationship after all.
It's not. Like, why?
Like in the good book.
Let me ask you something. Why do I need your permission to be your friend? Twitter, they don't ask for that. They don't.
Yeah. We don't want consent.
So the problem with Facebook, the other problem I see with Facebook is that, think about it this way. You take any big company, any big tech company in Silicon Valley, and it's probably Facebook. And I want a little known company. I want the underdog. I want the company that's historically done badly and has no prospects and is probably going to tank. I want Twitter.
Yeah, as a risky stock.
I want Twitter because I want that sweet, sweet volatility. You know,
How are you going to make your life interesting without that sweet, sweet volatility?
that's exactly what I'm saying. So I'm going to pick Twitter. I'm going to pick Twitter.
Okay.
Do I have a Twitter? No. Do I have Facebook? Yes. Which is exactly why I'm going to pick Twitter. There's so much of the market that has not been tapped yet.
Yeah. Twitter's really on the frontier.
Millennials love tweeting.
And they love disrespecting.
And they love disrespecting. It's really that simple. You might think it's not that simple. You'd be wrong. Okay. Oh, boy. We are tight on time.
We had some news that we didn't get to, I think.
Yeah. Do you think we could do that in the next couple minutes? We have about 2 minutes. Yeah, we have about 2 minutes. We're gonna do one headline for you all. I know you all. This is Syria's second favorite segment and Unlisted in America. This is just we kind of look at some headlines and decide where we can make money on these. Very similar to Market Watch, but more not similar to Market Watch than Market Watch is.
Do you have the headline, or do you want me to?
Oh no, I thought we were just gonna intuit them.
Oh yeah.
Like headlines that are probably happening around the world. Like I'm sure that somewhere I'm seeing it. It's a
It come to you.
5-story orphanage and it collapsed and everyone died. I'm going to short
Call me a
architecture.
bad guy, but if my kid's an orphan, I'm disowning them.
Yeah, that's true. Especially if they're going to be caught dead in an orphanage. I want no.
I wouldn't be caught dead in an orphanage.
I would not be caught dead in an orphanage. Okay, I think that's about all we had time for.
Yep.
So, good people of Philadelphia, to you I say have a beautiful day. And to the good people of Syria, Connor, who speaks better Spanish than I, says,
Como gimnasio, zapatos, blancos, y camuflajos.
we are High IQ Investing, signing off.
Keep your money in crypto, folks.